I think some of the WOW team members have been to Daman. Next time you go to Daman, look for Deena and Hema. They will give you a lot of experience about what Daman is. Deena, can you hear me?
Yes, thanks, Pascal.
Yes, take it away, and platform is yours.
Thank you. Excellent presentation, Pascal, as usual. Good evening, everyone, and greetings from Durban, South Africa. I'm just a worker in this business, but the managing director is my wife. So I think we'll give her the first say, and then we'll take it from there.
Hi, good day and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us from all parts of Africa and the world this evening. My name and my husband, and whom I share this Neolife journey with. He said I'm the managing director, but he will be doing most of the talking this evening because he's multi-talented and has a great sense of humor. Firstly, I'd like to thank Alan for giving us this opportunity to talk to you this in North Africa. And to Pascal, he's given us a wonderful explanation of how you can secure your future and how you can serve humanity. Pascal and his wife did an amazing support to the teams, and they are wonderful individuals and leaders as well. So Deena and I have started this journey 12 years ago on an amazing day, which is Madiba's birthday on the 18th of July, 2011. And as we started so-called building this business, we called our team the Need for Life Re-Evolution team. And like many leaders like Madiba and like Mahatma Gandhi, one of our team motto is love-based, truth-based, and how to serve another human being. Those are the principles that our team works on. And what an amazing opportunity this is, because you can do all of this while building a business and making some income, as well as taking care of your health. So when we started this business, we didn't start the business for the business or for the product. We actually started it because our son was at university and he was doing this business to make some pocket money. So when he turned 21, his dad asked him, he says, "What do you want?" So he said, "Join our business." So because he's like his dad, he's going to. So we gave him a gift and we still asked him, he said, "What do you really want for your birthday?" And he says, "I told you, join my business." So because we loved and trusted him, we joined the business. And, like everybody gets today, but we get a lot more today in our starter packs. But we had, in those days, just one starter pack, and you get 2 bottles of this 3NN in the starter pack. And what is amazing is when we started this journey, we didn't know, we didn't join it, like I said, for the money or for the product, but believe me or not, it has changed our lives in both directions. And what I'd like to do is ask Deena to share with you our story on how this business opportunity has changed our lives. So I'll hand you over to Deena, as he will be doing all the talking, like he said, is the worker bee.
Good evening, everyone. Firstly, I'd like to say, Alan and Pascal, when they saw me with my beard, the first thing they said, I have to tell everyone ho, 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 because it's the season to be merry and season to be jolly. So that's before we get on with the show, we have to say ho, ho, ho. So I fulfilled that obligation. But on the same note, you find, I don't know if you remember, but Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, one of the songs that we refashioned was, I owe, so off to work I go. Okay? So that's easier said than done these days because jobs are few and far between. We're going through very lean times in terms of work opportunities. I know the Mittal Steel in Newcastle are getting rid of 3,500 jobs. So jobs are not that easy to come. So the model Pascal had talked to you about, look at it very, very carefully. It is a very profound model because you can take ownership of your sustenance, your means of getting through your material life, means of getting through your material demands. And it's all work related. You have to put in the work, you have to put in the hours. So that's one of the key factors. But also with the multi-level marketing that we have, you can actually build on your own principles. Like, for example, my son, when he told us, I asked him, I said, what do you want for your birthday? He says, if you buy me anything, it won't mean too much. But if you join my business, we'll have a meaningful time together. And so you can base whatever you're doing on your principles. You can define your business. And, we've never looked back. I had bypass surgery in 2004. And when we gave my son Akash we joined his business, we bought the kit, we thought we were giving him a gift. But in actual fact, it was us who were receiving this gift. Now, this is the beauty of this environment that you're working in, is that everybody's in a win-win situation. Anybody who's doing the business gets a benefit. Anyone who's receiving the product gets a benefit. And there's no form of marketing spiel or overselling, etc., etc. It's all, as Hema said so beautifully, everything we do is truth-based and everything we do is love-based. And we find a way to serve another human being. And I think it's that time in the world now where we need to find the human capacity. And often they talk about the human resource. We are that human resource. So thanks to my son, we got started, and I had bypass surgery. I was on 16 chronic meds a day, and I went on to 17 chronic meds a day. I had bypass. They had bypassed 2 of the vessels. They said my main artery is fully blocked. And as a result of that, every day at about 2-3 o'clock, I used to have to lie down or sleep. So it was difficult to do for 7 years, literally, I couldn't work. And I don't need to tell you what that feels like, but, we went through this process. And then when I started, I phoned my son and asked him, I said, when we got the kit, it had 2 bottles of 3NN in it. And then I asked him, I said, what is this? And he said, Bapu, take it, it's good for you. But, we're intelligent people. So I asked him, I said, yeah, but what is it? And he said, Bapu, take it, it's good for you. And because we loved and trusted him, and you find love and trust are very integral to what we do. And because we loved and trusted him, we took the product. And in the first, I used to sleep every day, but for the first month, I slept for 2 days. Once or twice a month, I'd sleep for 3 to 4 days. I couldn't do a thing. I couldn't even read a book. That was my condition. And in the first month, I slept for 2 days, and I've never slept since. And as Hema said, we're in the business for 12 and a half years, exactly half of Pascal's period in the business. And so that changed our lives. And my mom at the time, who was 80 years old, my brother said, come and see her. She's 80. I don't think she'll make it through the week, was what he said. So we went there, and Hema said, what can we take for her? So she said, no, Akash says this is good. There were 2 bottles of 3NN. So she took the other bottle with her. And when we visited her, she gave my mom the 2 3NN that night. And my mom had gone very weak and she couldn't walk to the front gate to open the door. She'd wake up in the morning, but only get out of bed at about 8:30 or so. And the next morning at about 7:45 to 7:10, the phone rings. And my mother says, Hema answers the phone. My mother says, what's this tablets you gave me? And Hema was in a state of shock because of medical condition, heart condition, this, that, and the other was so precarious. And we didn't know. My son just told us, take it, it's good for you. And So immediately she gives the phone to me with big eyes, because it's her mother-in-law. And so I took the phone. My mom says, "What's this tablet you gave me?" And I was concerned about her because we didn't know what had happened. And she said, I said, "Ma, what happened?" She says, "For the first time, I had a good night's sleep. I could breathe normally. My chest pains are gone." And this was the first eye opener for us. We only then realized these products are really very, very powerful and very authentic. And it changed my mom's life. It changed my life, and my family's life, and many other people's lives. Everybody who comes in contact with the product gets a change, gets a benefit. So my mom passed away in September at the age of 93 for being precariously ill and then living to the ripe old age of 93. I mean, you cannot put a value on such a benefit. These are not just, sometimes we tend to think on a material level all the time. There's far more to this business than the material benefits. The material benefits are there. The business system, as Pascal says, works. The product we took, the 3NN grain concentrates, has been there since 1958. Nobody till today has copied it or duplicated it. And these grain oils that we find in 3NN are so essential for cellular functioning, for the functioning of the mitochondria, etc., etc. So this is how we came into the business. And then after that, we investigated, more and more as we learned more. And then we were confident that the product worked. But at the same time, today you get so many different kinds of companies. And, it was just a blessing, I think, on the 12th of October, 2011. We joined in July, and on 12th of October 2011, we met with Jerry and Kendra Brassfield in Durban. And what a wonderful meeting that was. And Jerry gave us a talk, and we could see the character and the nature of Jerry and Kendra. She was 21 years old at the time. And we could see the nature and the integrity of the people. And to me, that is a scarce product, to find that quality of integrity. Our products have the integrity, have the purity, have the potency. The products are never, ever compromised for profit. And that was a refreshing meeting with Jerry, first of many meetings we've had with him. And this cemented our involvement in the business. Now, as Pascal said, your health is your first wealth. And I don't think you can underestimate that. We've been through this whole COVID period, et cetera, et cetera. And, one of the things I heard one of the leading scientists tell the Senate in America, they've never measured, Dr. Fauci and all of these people have never measured any of the body's natural immunity while they're prescribing vaccines. And they talked about the budget and the resources that never went into it. And this scientist was telling the Senate, he says, and his current studies tell him that the body's immunity is 27 times more powerful than any vaccine they can ever produce. So these are the kind of things, coming back to my story, for example, I was on 17 chronic meds. For 6 to 7 years now, I take absolutely no medication at all. Now, these things will not be told to you by the people who study and promote illness in our thinking. They promote illness and they promote the pharmaceutical products. Now, we have to shift from the point of being victims to becoming taking ownership of our lives and our life, the way we live our life and how we choose to live our life. And that's where the business model comes in, because the business model allows you to fashion your life in the way that you want to. So we live by our principles. We practice in our business, we practice the principles that are near and dear to us. And that's very, very important. And all you do, you meet people on a daily basis, and whoever you meet on a daily basis, you learn to, and the key factor here is to become very empathetic and learning to listen. I think listening today is the most difficult thing, to find people who will actually listen. Most people are so busy telling or selling that they don't really have a chance to connect with other human beings. So the business itself is a needs-based business. So as Pascal also said, one of the fundamentals of the business is personal development. And that is an area that we work on constantly, because you have to become a better version of yourself. And to become a better version, you have to start eliminating unnecessary parts of who we are, and replacing it with the better parts of who we actually are. So the other thing is that there are so many rewards in this environment. Just not to have a boss as well, and to be able to wake up when you feel like waking up. Planning your day the way you want to do it, creating your own priorities for the day. All of these things are very, very important criteria for the quality and the life that you're looking for. And you help, we've got people in our team, for example, one family in particular, the mother, father, and the two kids used to come home exhausted. And probably about 7, 8, 9 years ago, they started on basic products, the 3NN Formula 4 kind of thing, a bit of shake, etc., etc. And today, this family is growing exponentially and living the quality and authentic life based just on the quality of their health and well-being. And most of us, although we think we are well, there's a concept called the vertical sick. So many of us are sick, but we are still vertical. And because we are vertical, people don't think that there's anything wrong with us. So we have to understand what health and wellness is. And this is the environment we work in. We talk about health and wellness and balancing the factors of how to become well. And also your emotional states. The 3NN grain concentrates allows hormones to form in your body. Your EQ shifts just by taking the 3NN. One product can shift the life of another human being, from shifting them from desperate because they're hormonally depleted to productive and optimistic. So these are very powerful things that happen with the products that are there. And as I said, 3NN we manufacturing since 1958. So, I can go on talking. So there's so much to say and so much to share. And, the love we share also, even amongst the teams. Pascal has been a very near and dear friend for so many years. Whenever we meet, there's such a warm exchange between us. And you tend to grow a better sense of community and a more authentic relationship with people. And more importantly, you change the narrative that you're living in. So like we are optimistic and we are laughing most of the day. And this you won't find this in a work environment generally, because you're not allowed to be yourself and be relaxed and be happy. You're supposed to just grind away, And this is all the shifts that you experience. You have to shift, as Pascal was saying about the 4 quadrants. You have to shift away from those conditioning, because in our society we're conditioned, get a good education, etc., nice, good paying job, etc. Okay, those jobs are good as long as they're there, but once they're gone, people are left in suspended animation, and you're not given the emotional or psychological or life skill to handle such situations. And that's where the difficulty lies. Now, when you own your own Neolife business, we in this business for 12.5 years. Look at some of the basic benefits. Since we joined, the only money we spent was on the kit. Since then, we have not spent 1 cent of our money on supplements. It's always come from what the company paid us. And up till today, we buy all our supplements based on what the company is paying us. And there's no real restriction in terms of what we can and can't do. Now, we got our health for free. Now, that's a very good and sustainable process, but it involves a little bit of work and it involves sharing. And I think sharing is caring, in many ways. When we care for people, we share with them. And this is basically what has to happen. And this has to happen naturally as we meet and greet with people. Pascal, I think, hope that covers it.
Thank you so much, Hema.